Hello everybody. I started thinking we have a hardwood forest here at Cedar Woolley that I'm making. And I got some trees that have to come out. I've just been packing saws, but I'm really short of breath. And so I thought I'd do videos, how-to videos for the homeowners and people at home. Today I'm gonna show you how to fall a tree. And if you look at the tree, this is an oak, and it's not, it's what I would call a medium-sized tree, okay? Now when I fall trees, I like to have two saws with me just in case something goes wrong. And I just started thinking, I've seen videos, I've seen friends of mine down in California that are falling trees and they have no idea what they're doing. And that's a good way for them to be singing on the hill and you're not hearing it. You know what I'm saying? It's something you don't want to do. So I thought I'd teach you guys this is how you properly fall a tree so it's safe. Now the first thing you do, I'm going to cut into this side and then I'm going to come down on top of it, make a wedge and pull out the piece of pie. Now that kind of cut for falling is called a conventional cut. Now up here, that's what I learned in Buckley. In Cedar Woolley, they do Humboldt cuts. That's where they come in straight and then they come up below, or they'll come up below first and then straight. The idea being that when you cut the tree down, you don't lose any of that wedge on top, okay? But what you do lose, if I was cutting this tree for timber and not for firewood, I would be down here cutting the tree with my conventional cut, which I could do from down here. If I try to do a Humboldt cut from down here, I can't. I gotta move up to here. So you're gonna lose about 5 to 6 inches of tree no matter what you do. So my idea on this is it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Do the one that you've been taught, okay? If kids are in my class, I'm talking to homeowners and they do the Humboldt cut, someone taught them the Humboldt cut, do the Humboldt cut, fine with me. So when we cut in, my first cut's gonna come in and I'm gonna use the sights. Chainsaws have sights, okay? So, you guys see this line here? You see this line? This is a sight. Okay, this is a sight here. It's perpendicular to the saw, to the bar. This is called the bar. And I'll come in and I'm just gonna have this tree, my partner, Miss Shorno and I thought about putting something out there for me to hit, which I could do very easily, and I decided not to. The tree's wide enough, it'd be easy to smack something coming down. One time, I'll tell you a funny story. A kid had a pop, and I kept telling him, quit leaving your pops on the tree stumps out here, you're gonna forget them. And I fell a tree down there, and he had a pop on a tree stump, and I hit that can directly with a big, huge tree. And there was nothing left of the can. Nobody could find parts of the can. It was awesome. The kid lost his soda pop, which was good because he learned his lesson. So the other thing I want to teach you before I fire these things up is how do you pick what saw? If I got two saws, this is a falling saw. This is a mid-purpose saw here. Now, my high school kids in Buckley, when I taught logging down there, they always want to grab the biggest saw in the barn. Okay, and what I want to teach you guys, my dad was in his 80s, I think, when he quit cutting wood. He had a small saw and a big saw too. I'm not going to fall it with this big falling saw because it's heavy and it's big and it's cumbersome, and I'm making a point with you. I can do it. My kids have seen me do this before. But why use the bigger saw when you don't have to have it and you're going to have it up here and making precision cuts? So I'm using the falling saw. Once this tree goes on the ground and I'm cutting it up, it's called bucking it up, I'm going to use the big saw then, because then I've got all the gravity going with me because of a heavy saw going in. I'm going to use the mid-purpose saw in here. It just got sharpened by one of our parents. I got a parent that used to work in the woods, and he sharpens my saw for me, and so they're all sharp. So make sure you have sharp saws, okay? Now here's the safety gear I want you to see to wear. I wear bright orange shirt, sweatshirt or something, so if I need someone to find me, if I'm by myself, somebody can find me and they're good. And then you got chaps, hard boots and Levi's, long pants. You gotta have long pants, and that's it, okay? And a hard hat to wear and something over your ears. So we're gonna stop now, and then next time she fires it up, I'll be cutting the tree down. That's the chain, it's the chain brake. Oh, that looks nice.
Okay, we're going.
Okay, I want to show you what they call holding. Well, if you come up here close, you can see this, the rings on this tree. You can see it reach maturity. This is about 5 to 6 years ago. My class has started pulling the briars out of here, and you should see a difference in the rings. Although this tree was in the sun and had a pretty good growing habit. This wood here is called hinge wood, okay? What I did is I swung the tree just a little bit because I knew that I wanted to go back some that way. So if you leave more hinge wood here, as it starts to fall, it pulls the tree a little bit. You'll see that right now this tree is perpendicular. If she takes a shot of it, it went perfectly the way I sighted it, okay? We're gonna do another video later on sometime on how to buck a tree up, which is what I'm gonna do after my lovely partner leaves. And so this is hinge wood. The face cut you can see is on the other side here. Pretty good hinge wood, and that's just it. So usually you cut it, and there's a formula you use, which I did not use, but I know the size of the tree. Tells you how far to come in and make your face cut, and then you make your back cut off of that. If I made the face cut back to here, it'd be really, really, really dangerous. Coming in the wood here, there's nothing holding it. It could do something like a barber chair or anything weird. This is a very safe, very straightforward cut, and this is the way you should do it at home. Okay, so remember, in wrap up, you want to wear the right safety gear. You want to take the smallest saw that you have to have. You want to make sure you have 2 45-degree angle runs. You saw me take off as soon as the tree went down. Even though I knew it was safe, I just took off, and it's 10 giant steps. Studies show, scientists show that most of the accidents happen within 30 foot of the stump when you're falling a tree. And so the idea is you take 10 giant steps, that's 30 feet, or around 30 feet. And if you have somebody watching you, they should be perpendicular to the angle you're going the tree. This tree, there's no way this tree probably would go that way or this way. It could go that way. If it does, they call that sitting on your saw, and it happened to me like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And that's fine. That's why I have 2 saws. If it doesn't want to go the way you want it to, you let it go the way it wants to go. So that's it. So be safe. Remember, we're chaps. There's people out there that don't wear the safety equipment. Don't listen to them. Don't let them tell you to wear stuff without something over your ears. I don't have my hearing aids in today because why do I want to amplify the sound? I've got sunglasses, which I did not wear. I'm going to wear them later when I'm bucking this tree up. But I'm gonna fire the big saw up pretty soon. But the thing is, wear chaps, buy a good pair of chaps, okay? I call them shafts, my kids make fun of me. Chaps, have long pants on, have boots on. These boots come up about to here, and these are just barely high enough. I hate to tell you this, all my high school kids, I hate to tell them this, but no Romeos. For sure, no tennis shoes, no rubber boots. You can buy, these are Danners, and I got a good pair of logging Danner boots at home that I wear sometimes. But today, because I know I'm not just falling trees, I'm gonna be bucking a lot of brush, I want the hiking boots on. I like long sleeves. Well, in the summer, I do have sometimes not have long sleeves, but then gloves on your hands. If you throw a chain, throwing a chain is when the chain comes off the bar, and when it comes off the bar, it'll fly back. And if it hits your hands and your bare knuckle, it'll just scratch you up, you know, and I don't like getting scratched up, so I tell people wear gloves. White Ox is the going glove for loggers, and I like them a lot. I like to let them get really dirty, and then I do something with them because I hate when you wash them, they get really small, okay? That's it. Thank you.